You ready? Because we started.
Really?
All right. Welcome to the NPC podcast episode
45.
It's the 45th episode. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you
You're still
so
welcome.
much. Also, thank you to our Patreons that are supporting this. Am I doing this out of the order or not? I don't know. I'm
still have
Kane.
Patreons?
I'm the host. This time. To my left, Missy.
It is
In
me.
front of her, Aaron. To his
Hey.
left, Martin.
Martin?
Hi.
That's right, we're starting. All right. And to everyone listening on free feeds, leave reviews or stuff. I don't know. I just don't know.
We take stickers and food vouchers.
Food vouchers, please.
The hobo needs food vouchers.
Yes, I
Yes.
do.
Yes, we do. Gotta save money. All right. What's everyone been up to? Or did I miss anything?
I watched Lock and Key.
Is it good?
Yeah, it was interesting.
Did you finish it?
Yep.
Oh my god. How many episodes are there?
10.
You need to stop.
The reason I was so interested, it's written by... The original story, there's a bunch of comics written by Stephen King's son.
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
I don't understand. How does he plow through more stuff than us? We have so much time.
You have more time than I do.
Yeah, no, I don't understand how you plow through so much stuff.
Because
Gets-
sometimes we
gets
go
less sleep.
walking.
Yeah, I don't sleep much.
So you
Oh,
get
yeah.
extra 8 hours a day. That's how I play games.
Well, I don't remember what we've watched or done.
Yeah, no, I don't
Oh,
think really
we've been
done
watching Dr. Stone and Sabrina.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And
Dr. Stone.
it's an anime.
It's really good.
Yeah.
Anime.
I think you'd actually like that one.
I started watching Nino Kuni.
Oh, what's
yeah.
it like?
See, that came out ages ago and I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah, I forgot about that. There's heaps of things we keep forgetting.
Need like a dedicated day of not moving.
Well, Pokemon Pikachu Detective has come out on Netflix today.
So
And it came out like a while ago on Netflix.
Oh no, it didn't. It's out on there now.
It came out like 2 weeks ago?
it was
think
like a
that's
while
a
ago.
lie.
3 hours.
2-3 weeks.
You've
watched
watched
it
it
twice.
I
twice,
watched it
yeah.
twice.
It's like 2 weeks ago, maybe?
I
I know we
it's-
watched it Saturday for Greg's birthday party.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't know. All I know is people are watching it and
What do kids
excited.
think of that movie?
My kids love it.
Who do they like most?
Ryan Reynolds as
Pikachu
his
and
human self.
out of the actual Pokemon.
Out of everyone.
Oh, they like Pikachu, Eevee, and Charmander.
What about the humans? Do they like the humans?
Not really.
Good.
They give Ash shit
There is no Ash.
in the cartoons,
Ah, okay.
and they
That's
keep,
because Ash is a piece of shit.
and at the start of the movie, you see. Have you seen it?
yeah.
No, there's that scene where you see the Pokemon League, and they're talking about the Pokemon League, and there's a person standing there with a Pokemon. They keep saying that's meant to be Ash. And
I figured it'd be red, wouldn't it?
yeah, that's what I keep telling them. It's meant to be red.
It's probably
Yeah.
red, yeah. I don't know if they'd want to ever connect. Actually, the anime is more popular. They probably would want to connect Ash in somehow. Maybe make him not gay.
They won't, whingy little
Impossible.
bitch.
What was it? Did you see Ash, the new season or some shit, called a Dragonite? Or Dragonair, and it's evolved into a Dragonite?
Wait,
I
really?
haven't seen the new
He's
stuff.
got one of the strongest fucking Pokemon now.
Oh wait, I remember reading about that. That makes sense now because I remember seeing Ash now has Dragonite, and I'm like, what does this mean? But I didn't realize it was the show.
You didn't realize it was Ash because he looks so fucking weird.
Oh yeah, he looks freaky.
So freaky. What are you, Aaron? You watching or playing anything?
I'm playing a game. I forgot what it's called.
Destiny 2.
No, yeah, that
Death
one.
Stranding.
Death Stranding.
Destiny Stranding.
Stranding Destiny.
Are you past chapter 3?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Spoiler alert. You get 1 second notice. Mama just died.
Oh, that's a really good part, though.
That's a really good part, though.
Like, when you actually get to meet the character, all the characters are great, so...
I just had to shower with fucking Dead Man.
It's so
Awkward
weird.
as fuck. I felt awkward.
That is
personally.
he's so close to you.
And he doesn't like people being close to him at all.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, so do you know the story behind Mama and the thingy? What are they called? BT?
Yeah, it's a BT
baby?
Yeah.
A
Yeah,
BT BB.
So you saw, like, how it happened?
I had to cut it
Ah.
free.
It's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like how it actually happened and why it's connected.
Well,
to
she
it.
was already dead. The only reason she was there was because the BT was connected to her body.
Mm.
That's fucked.
Yeah. It's good. It's a good game.
Oh,
good characters.
wait. I played God of War.
Oh yeah.
The original.
I don't know.
The new original.
The
remake
original.
Yeah. The wait. It's not a remake. It's not. I think it's like a. Would you call it like a
An
soft?
enhancement.
A soft sequel remake.
Wait, what?
What?
What would you call it? Because a
Remake?
lot of people would not call it a sequel, even though it is technically, but it's also a reimagining.
Which one are you
of the
talking
game.
about?
The new God of War.
That's not... Okay, now I understand where we're at. What are you talking about? God of War?
Yeah, God of War.
The game, just God of War, PS1.
God of War.
That's
PS4.
what I love.
PS6.
Was it PS1 or 2
It's 2.
when it first came out?
Yeah, the original God of War was on PS2.
Okay.
The Greek one.
I'm
But this
playing,
is God of War Norse.
I'm playing with, like, you know how you can play through a whole game and earn everything, and then you can go through again and
New
you've got
Game
all your
Plus.
stuff? So I'm playing with all the weapons, all the armor, all the power.
Wait, are you
and I'm
playing
on
on his account?
Yeah.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
on story mode. So I'm like, oh no, a troll or whatever the fuck. And I just absolutely fuck it up. And I'm like, yeah, magic axe. So Kane's like, I really think I should put you on earning it yourself. And I'm like, no, this is good. Like, I did one of the
Does
big...
she already have the fucking...
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like...
That's
oh,
not supposed to have
I
that.
know, I forgot about that. I'm like, oh shit, that's like a good part of the story.
I
That's
did
the
it.
very end of the game,
I did
basically.
that
Oh,
big-
it's halfway through it.
I did a huge boss fight thing. And it was
with,
so
The
fast.
stranger.
Yeah. And Kane's like, this is not supposed to take this long. Like, it's supposed to be ages and like, oh no, back and forth. And I just whooped him and it was
Yeah,
great.
it was just
So-
like, there was no repeats of like animations. It was done. Like, I think she missed seeing shit.
So I like it. This is a good way to play games.
Yeah, this is a good way to watch a movie.
Because I'm having a lot of fun.
Just overpowered.
Yes, it's so good.
It's weird during the cutscenes because you got like this really shiny fucking...
It's glowing
like,
and it's got magic smoke on it. And I'm like, that really looks out of place.
And they're supposed to be like... The kid's supposed to be wearing like shitty rags, but
Yeah.
he's got this golden armor on. So dumb.
He lived
Actually,
in a
I
mud
missed
hut.
that. I never replayed because I just got everything in one run.
Yeah.
Or, like, everything you could.
Did you platinum it or not?
I can't remember.
Because if you killed like all the Valkyries and stuff, you wouldn't have been that far off of platinuming it. Other than I think you have to buy every weapon or upgrade everything or some shit.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But I completely did the upgrades like way before I was near the end. Like I had
Yeah.
it done pretty easily.
I think I may have just given up near the end and just finished the game.
There's only one part
Just
that takes a long
time-wise.
time, the poison area. There's something...
No, I
in
did
there.
that all in one hit.
You can't do it in one hit. You have to keep collecting orbs, leaving, buying shit. Go back in, collect orbs, leave, buy shit.
Leave the plane.
So you go back out and the guy, like, whatever
No,
you
no.
collect...
No, I didn't leave the plane until I had done it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant you went in one run. I'm
You
like,
can't do it in one run.
You have to buy, like, armor first to be
Yeah.
able to, like, stay alive.
Yeah, no.
That one's fucked. That is probably the fuckedest part of the game because you're fighting things and you're slowly dying from like poison and shit
Yeah.
until you buy all of the armor and then like max it out and then you don't die as much.
Yeah.
I love that fuckedest is a word that makes sense in Australia.
What?
The most fuckedest thing about that game.
Fuckedest.
And I'm just like, I know what you're
People
saying.
know what fuckedest is, right?
Yeah. It's the most fuckedest
I
word
said,
in the English language.
I said fucking oath in a tweet and they replied with like, what is it? What's fucking oath mean? I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah,
like,
they asked about it weird though. They're like, what oath or something?
Yeah.
Like, they didn't get it at
Oh,
all.
you saw that?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh wait, shit. I guess that's slang here. I didn't realize that.
Colloquialism?
Yeah.
Cloacaism.
What did she say? I'm going to have to listen to understand.
Cloacaism. He loves saying cloaca. I
Ah,
shouldn't have taught him.
cloaca.
Such a
Cloacaism.
good
I should
word.
not have taught him what it means.
You didn't teach me cloaca.
I fucking taught ya.
Did you?
Yeah,
I
did.
swear he already knew cloaca.
He didn't.
We've used cloaca before.
Yeah, but not well. It was wrong.
It's not wrong.
His definition of it was wrong.
What's a cloaca?
I'm not telling you again.
What's a cloaca?
It's the one orifice on a lizard or something.
Or
that's
bird.
Yeah, or bird.
Yeah. We went to the zoo and I was like,
Besides the mouth. And
It all goes.
it's just one orifice on the body. The omni cloaca.
Everything goes in, everything comes out.
The omni hole.
The
Yeah.
omni hole.
You guys are fucking sick.
Omni orifice.
One hole to rule them all.
You're disturbing.
Alright, has anyone been doing anything else? Playing anything?
Throwing up. I feel like I'm gonna throw up now.
Out of your one orifice.
The omni cloaca. Have I been playing? Oh no, I've been looking for stuff to play. I've been waiting for Dreams.
You did play more of that VR thing. That's cute.
Ah, Astrobot VR. It's so good. Can't think of anything else.
You should get Moss for the VR.
Yeah, I want to get Moss.
Play
I
some
want to get
Clash
through-
Royale.
No,
No,
I'm
but I
done
want
with
you to
that.
stream it.
No, I'm done with it. Done.
Dude.
Done diddly uns.
Now.
Not doing mobile games.
I want to see
Well,
you stream
Never
mobile
doing
games.
mobile games.
I know one movie we've all seen. An old car movie.
Good old car.
And it didn't have any love.
It
Alright.
did. There was a
It was a
romance there.
fucking scam.
For our romance theme this month, to celebrate Romance Month,
Valentine's Day. Yep.
Romance Month,
Yep.
Martin has picked Christine, the 1983 car movie. For people wondering, there is another Christine movie. It is not to do with cars.
There's another Christine movie.
Yeah, it
it's
was
not
just
doing
some
Christine.
woman.
Just some crazy bitch, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Lucky I
Well-
didn't find that one.
Never heard of
I
it.
didn't realize.
Wait, the category for this is thriller cult film.
No.
Thriller romance.
But on Netflix, it was thriller cyberpunk.
Oh, that's right. It was
Cyberpunk.
yeah,
Isn't it cyberpunk?
yeah, cyberpunk.
Yeah.
How's this?
We don't
That's
know.
what it, on Netflix. it
Netflix
was,
is
yeah.
weird.
I didn't see anything cyber. Yeah, blah.
Yeah, so cyberpunk is kind of like the world, isn't it?
No,
Like- you like
that's
steampunk?
That's dystopian,
Like steampunk.
isn't
It's a
it?
style. It's the world kind of how it is.
Look, it just is what it is, alright?
Steampunk.
It's one
is
of
a
those
world run
words
by
that you
steam.
don't actually
Cyberpunk
understand.
is a world run by cyber.
That's what I thought.
You only know it
Alright.
based on context.
Look, the
Meh.
point is, it's fucking wrong.
Alright.
So
Anyway, 6.17 on IMDb, 71% Rotten Tomatoes, 57% Metacritic.
Why are they
90
so
on
fucking
Google.
bitter? What is
9
what
on
is their
Google.
problem?
That's pretty good.
that is pretty high. That's higher than I thought.
It's a great movie.
So when did it come out? 83. Already said that. Director
bet they're
John
all-
Carpenter.
I bet they're all book readers, and it wasn't up to their fucking standards.
I haven't read the book on this
Robert.
one.
Oh
yet.
damn! I was hoping you'd read the book so we
Nah.
could question
Ah.
It's one of the
some of
only
the shit about it.
It's only one of the only ones of Stephen King's I haven't read the book yet.
Watching the movie, it kind of feels like it's. I was gonna say it felt longer than what it was, but I'm kind of wondering, in Stephen King fashion, you notice how it's like halfway through the movie before you actually see, which is kind of like what I like in
Yeah.
horror or whatever you want to say, like thriller shit.
Before you see what?
Anything really supernatural, kind of.
The first half of the movie is building up to the horror or the supernatural, and then after the last half is all about.
Like you,
I don't know.
basically, if you went
The
in not
first
knowing,
scene was supernatural.
he just died in the car though.
Yeah, and it crushed his hand.
Yeah, with the bonnet
That's
just fell
true,
down.
but that could have just been the bonnet just given out.
I mean, it was also red
It was the only red car on the line
for
which
no
is bad.
reason.
Red is bad.
Red is evil. Devil's
Fast.
car.
Fast and bad.
But anyone know who John Carpenter is?
I know the name. I can't remember what else he's
I'll
done.
give you a clue. Dun, 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 dun,
That
dun.
really does not help.
Okay, well, he did Halloween.
No, okay.
And there's a song in it that just sounds exactly like the Halloween
Oh,
music.
shit.
So,
So he did The Fog, They Live, Escape from, is that New York?
Neverland.
81, The Thing, and Halloween. He's actually got quite a few good ones under his belt.
Yeah, he's a god.
He's not a god.
He's a god.
He is
Oh.
alright.
Carpenter.
And
He's
dead.
alright. What is it? It made 21 million and he had a budget of 9.7. So that's it's okay.
It's not bad.
It was all the fucking cars,
Cars.
all the Plymouths they destroyed.
They used 2 cars in the whole movie.
2.
Is there only two?
That was
Yeah.
done
So
well.
one perfect one and one trash
Though
one.
you saw the last
It's
scene
not
where
bad.
it's like started to rebuild, but it was already crushed. Still
In a
under
cube.
it.
I have to say, I
No,
do
definitely.
like they obviously pulled it from the inside to crush it
Not
and then
the
played it in
cube.
reverse. Not the cube.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Playing it back.
playing it back in this.
Yeah. But it's kind of cool how they did it. It means they must have like put shit on the inside, so then when they pulled it, it kind of crumbles inwards to like look like impact from the outside, and then play it in reverse, so it's like pushes itself out.
No, I think they actually beat it up.
Yeah,
They'll-
what I think they did is like frame by frame.
Yeah,
so
it
they'd
looks-
hit it, and keep taking photos.
I could have
and then
sworn
they'd
one of
play
the
it in
scenes I
reverse.
actually saw the chords on the inside.
Yeah, no. You're talking about the scene when the first time
The first
It
time
builds
he...
itself.
it like goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is not done frame by frame. There's
Yeah,
no
okay.
way they dented that so well.
There's no
frame by
hits
frame.
on the outside.
That's
It's
craziness.
clean. And if you look at some of the scene, inside it looks like there's hook and rope pulling. Or...
Well, let's look it up. Let's fucking learn.
It's true. We could.
We got the whole world at our fingertips.
No, you got the whole internet.
Regardless, there is no actors in this movie. They all died, hopefully. But nah. You know what? Actually, the only one I
In car
recognized
accidents.
was
Cunningham?
fucking the cop, the detective.
What the fuck is with that detective? He just accepted that shit.
At the end,
Can't save everyone.
they're like their best friend just died.
Not to mention all the other deaths, and he's just like, it was the car. Makes sense.
It was fucking
He
weird.
never saw it himself, and he just accepts it.
This is one of those things where I feel like in the book there must have been
A deeper...
deeper getting to know the cop, getting
yeah,
to know
yeah.
the characters, because you know how there was like a lot of jumping, and I was happy with seeing the dates, like as the time is passing and shit, and obviously I want to know what the influence of the car was on him, because I feel
Negative.
like that's what they were trying to get at, but was it feeding off of him? Do you know what I mean, or was it making him this way?
I feel like it fed him all the evil mojo it had absorbed over the years and made him a different person.
I think
And
it
then
was
once it
born
turns him
evil.
evil, it eats him. It just sucks his energy
Let's
out.
go look at the fan fucking law.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I want to see everyone's original characters for Christine. Their own little cars with like the eyelashes and stuff on them.
What the fuck are you on about?
You know what I'm on about. Did you know? I can't read that.
There wasn't
Fuck.
really any crazy memorable quotes. Nothing comes to mind.
I wrote some stuff down. Also, does anyone know what the numbers meant? Why was it counting down on the...
Yeah, well,
Because
counting
it was
up.
getting
thing.
newer.
Counting...
The odometer.
Odometer!
Ah! Yeah, no, I don't know why it was changing.
Because it like when he was crushing it, it clicked over new, and then it started to rebuild itself again. But that didn't make sense because we could already see it could rebuild itself. So it's not like it was making itself new or anything.
Read that big comment there that starts with to simulate.
The fuck? Well, why don't you
To
just read it?
simulate the car regenerating
cool.
itself, hydraulic pumps were installed on the
Hey.
inside of some of the film's numerous Plymouth Fury stunt doubles. A mock-up in plastic that looked more like metal on camera than actual metal as it bent and deformed. These pumps were attached to cables, which were in turn attached to the car's bodywork. When they were compressed, they would suck the paneling inwards. Footage of the inward crumpling body was then reversed, giving the appearance of a car spontaneously retaking form.
Hey, I knew I saw
I
something.
know it wasn't fucking... what's
beating
called?
it from the
No,
outside.
no, were they trying to claim
Stop
it?
motion.
It also
Stop
Stop
motion.
motion.
I didn't say it was stop motion
That'd be the
myself. I just knew
best
it was,
stop motion.
I just knew it was played backwards. It's all-
It
Oh,
also
yeah, definitely play
says
backwards.
15% of the budget was just on cars, and then they must have had more than 2 cars because it says by the end of filming, all but 2 of the cars were destroyed.
Oh, maybe that's what I was
Oh,
reading.
all
It was
Yeah.
those two.
'cause I just- I
15%
just-
of the budget, so like $1 million something was on just cars.
Yeah, I just knew that there was two cars rebuilt afterwards. So, and a lot of people just saying there was only 2 cars.
I was wondering why were they referring to the car as a piece of shit when aren't those things popular as fuck? Like they're always.
No. Like, you got to remember, at the time, it was less than 20 years old. Like, it was 20 years old.
Yeah,
That, car,
20
that
years
was
old.
a really old car for its at that point in time already.
And on top of that, it was, like,
It had
not old enough to be, like, actually a classic like the fucker said it was.
Yeah, that's
no,
what I mean.
it
It's
was,
like
it was
if-
just.
Nah, fuck
no,
20
like
years
that's
ain't
like saying a
classic.
car made in 2000 is a classic. I'm
It
like,
is
no,
now.
it's not. No.
No, if there is a thing, a certain amount of years is classified as a classic, even though we don't classify it as one.
Is there Echoes that, like, the Toyota Echo, was that in 2000? Because I never call an Echo a classic.
No, but I think it was like, I remember the crazy old weird dude saying, oh yeah, this was the last one of this kind before they changed up the models and made these ones. So I guess, like, it's a
Yeah,
classic in
no,
that
I
sense.
get it, but it's not far enough to be a classic.
Oh, yeah, no, I
Like-
Maybe
agree.
he was just over exaggerating when he said it's a classic. Wait, well, actually, it was before they were born, so it may be considered a classic to them.
Stephen King chose the Plymouth because it was a forgotten car. He didn't want a car that already had a legend attached to it, like the Thunderbird.
Thunderbirds are
Either way, it's like saying my car in 5 years is a classic. It's just a Corolla, man.
Oh my god, that's funny. Alexandra Paul, which I guess was the lead girl, pranked John Carpenter. She had her twin sister dress up as her character and report to the set. Carpenter recalled it was like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, and Alexandra was a pod person. It's pretty funny.
Actually, wait, we never said. All right, did we say this is a Stephen King book?
We did now.
Yeah.
Stephen King
It
book.
was a Stephen King.
Okay, well, story by Stephen King. It even said there, was it? This film was put into production before the book was even released. So,
Yeah. How does that work?
So,
Well, he'd already have the story.
yeah, but I was wondering,
yeah.
like, was he already that popular back then in the 80s?
Yes.
To the point.
That was like
His
probably one of the
prime.
heights of his popularity.
83.
Oh, yeah, I'd say so.
The 80s.
When
Like,
was...
do you know how many like straight to TV movies and shit and like series and stuff
I guess
came
it
out
was
in
it,
the
like-
80s, 90s?
It, The Stand.
Alright. So cars older than 25 years old are classified as classics.
It's retarded.
Kids off by 5 years. What a dickhead.
So that's the current classifications anyway. Anything older than 50 is called antique now.
Wow.
Antiquing.
Well, shall we discuss the movie?
Well, the movie, I like the pace of it quite a lot. I like the slow build up. I wish more things were touched on because once again it feels like it probably should have been a series.
yeah.
Because like you said, there's the jumping. Also, his attitude changed so fast. And it looked
Cunningham's?
like they were trying to make it... It would have been better if it was a slower change, I feel like, his
No, I
attitude.
don't think it was that fast.
It was his glasses off and his, like, poof, to his parents. With his
Oh, they
fucking-
did a bit of a skip, a time skip,
Yeah.
because it was rebuilt,
Yeah.
Mm.
and I'm pretty sure he didn't do that in like 1 week.
Well, they said it was like, was it 3 weeks and he only had a bit done to it? They're
Yeah,
saying he's
that's
good with his
right.
hands.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
so we're
yeah.
probably talking about halfway through the year by the time he's had it completely redone. And for us, we saw that scene that you're talking
But the
about.
whole movie was
And then suddenly he's got
3
his
months, I
glasses
think.
off.
Yeah, I think it was only 3 months.
Yeah.
Well, then he fucking amped shit up, or the car regenerated itself and
Yeah.
he didn't finish everything.
Yeah.
From my understanding, the car regenerated itself very slowly over time. The more he did work to it, the more power it got back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of felt more like... Because you notice how the car was a piece of shit when they got it. Like, it had no energy left.
Yeah.
He built it up naturally. Then when he drove it, the car was more like feeding on him. And then that's how it was able to start changing itself again. Like, it had already gotten stronger.
Yeah, but how did he get it to like a perfect condition?
He was obsessed with it, so he was just working on it constantly.
No, 'cause
Also, the cars
colour-
back then, like it probably was no frame damage,
Yeah.
and it was all panels that could be beat. Like they were thick, heavy
And
panels.
he
weren't
was,
they?
like he said, just taking from the guy's yard, just
Yeah.
everything he
But
could.
that paint job, what the cop said was true. You couldn't get the color anymore.
That's true, but that
So-
it regenerated by that scene.
Yeah,
like
even
Ori.
before that though, that was the same color. So I'm pretty sure he just buffed it out, type of thing, and made it seem like he had painted it.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
a
it was
bit
probably
weird.
like, I guarantee you, like he banged out some dents, and then when he wiped it was like basically painted.
Yeah.
See, that would have been a good scene.
Yeah, I would have liked to
Like-
see that. Where he wipes off and he's like, it's so rusty, and he wipes it with a cloth and it's like, wow.
Yeah.
because he
No.
seemed like he was unsure until the whole show me scene, and when it actually like does something in front of him.
No, I guarantee you it was like tricked him into believing that he had done all the work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just left up to interpretation, but I would have liked to have known if the more like, is it feeding on him? Is it feeding on kills? Do you know what I mean? Like, why is it? Where is it getting its power from? And where the fuck did it come from?
I want to see number 2 where the cube entices someone.
People are just like this cube and they're
I'm
laying
so
on it.
drawn to this cube. I love this cube.
Well, there's on Stephen King's website there is a thing he posted in 2015 saying there was a second one coming, but nothing happened
Tesla.
to it.
They're gonna fuck it like they did Chucky, and it's gonna be an AI.
Oh my god, that'd be great.
An evil red Tesla. And Elon Musk is in the movie and it's just like, I'm sure it's fine. Sell it.
Someone died at it. He just pulls them out.
Yeah, he buffs
Continue
it
the line.
out.
We're too busy. Fuck
I don't
it
know
up.
if it would have like they did it with Chucky, but I don't know if it's kind of the same appeal. a car that can drive itself. It's like, we already have those.
Yeah, like it goes after the bully, and he's like, okay, who set this up?
Now they'd have to change it. Remember, the Chucky doll was voodoo. And
It
then
was
it became
hoodoo.
voodoo, hoodoo, you do. And then it was AI. So this one has to go from a car into something else. A doll called Christine.
So you're just making Chucky.
No,
You're a
Christine.
creative soul, Kane.
A very pristine Christine.
Don't. You can't just rhyme and it's better.
It
Okay.
is. Everything's better when you rhyme. All right. Stop wasting time.
I knew.
What about a car he takes an old car and tries to convert it to self-driving car.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But
Try
then
and-
like
try and
before
bring
he's
it to
even
the future.
connected it, it's
So it's still
already,
the same, what'd you say, Plymouth? It's just made
It doesn't
itself.
have to be a Plymouth. It could be a car that people know.
Toyota Corolla.
Yeah, make it a Corolla. And now I want to hear them say it's a fucking classic.
And its name is Steve. Steve-O!
Its name is Chris.
It's Chris.
Really?
And it's a chick doing it.
Yeah.
A black transgender chick.
I'm gonna
Also,
shoot
they
you.
didn't show it in the movie, but in the book, he's probably fucked the car, right? Like, it had to have happened at some point.
No, he just touches himself inside the car. It's not weird.
He just
Passion.
just strokes the gear lever.
Yeah.
Rides it.
Up his ass.
Jesus. Escalated.
What do you
I'm never
think-
getting in your car.
Like, what did you think of what was wrong with that? You know what's scarier than the car? The fucking school they go to.
I
Right!
don't know.
What's so scary about the
Teachers
school?
are going to beat the fuck out of
Well,
you.
all the 17-year-olds are 35, and that
So,
guy looked like a lion.
Hollywood.
Yeah, like one of
He
them was a
looked like
jacked lion.
lion.
You look like a lion.
He looked like... Kane, find a photo of the lion.
It was a John Travolta wannabe.
He was not a John Travolta wannabe.
He's more like the Doors guy wannabe.
I think it's just that people aged really quick in the past.
Yes, they did. With all the
With all the
smoking,
smoking.
in, like, nurseries
That's
and
why they look
restaurants.
30. If you were brought up bloody pickled by smoke,
Look at that
you look
fucker.
old too.
He looks like a lion.
He does look like the Doors singer. Like,
Jim Morrison.
yeah, that's the one, Morrison. Yeah.
Wait, is that what he became?
Yeah, he became weird.
I kind of am more into the old one.
Also, how's that they show like the killing and all the other people, but him, they're like when he gets, it's just a body on fire, like he's running, and then it's just a body on fire.
I
Like,
think that's
afterwards.
supposed to be scary. Like, I think that was supposed to be like...
You know what was actually scary in the movie and would be terrifying is when the guy runs into the weird like it's like a loading bay.
No, the car.
And
just
the car
smashes.
just crushes
Why didn't
itself
he
to
jump
get to
onto the
him.
bonnet?
I know, I
I
thought
know.
that. But just the fact the car starts crushing itself to get
Yeah,
to
that's
him,
freaky, eh?
that is very creepy.
Kind of say that guy was actually insane and a complete douche.
Is the light that comes out of it when the chick's choking like a thing, a Stephen King thing?
The Thing. Not the Thing.
The Thing.
The Deadlights.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
I don't know. There's any movie I've seen it in besides the Deadlights in it.
So that's weird because that scene, I kind of got the idea of the green coming from what was like the possession sort of thing, but then the white light only happened that one time with the choking.
I'm trying to. Yeah, no, it is
That-
only the one time, isn't it?
Yeah, the white light only happened once. The green in the radio, and even in another spot there was the green light.
The green in the radio is just that color the radios used to have back then.
I thought
Oh,
it was
maybe.
just lighting her up so that her boyfriend could see. Like, I'm taking it from you. Also, it felt like that guy in the other car that was obsessed with looking at them was important, and then
also,
he saved her. And
after the
just,
Oh,
Heimlich
yeah.
maneuver, he was like totally groping her chest.
I looked for that. It looked like it. It's her hands.
Are you sure?
Yeah, if I was like, he's just grabbing her chest, but it was her shirt. It was like stuck in wet.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, did you think it as well?
I didn't notice it.
I noticed. I noticed the groping because back then
It looked like he was after she'd already
Yeah, no,
coughed
he
up.
was
He was
just-
just like
Really?
rubbing her
Like,
chest.
you sure you're alright? Let me warm you up. Yeah, you said that guy was like
This is how
a
it's
part
done,
of it
baby.
because
He felt important. He was so invested.
through all the scene, he's looking like from the other car at them. It's like, watch the movie, you fucking. What is it?
It's the classification. One of the classifications for classic cars.
Oh, okay.
You gotta let that go, man.
No.
We talked about it.
Nah,
They said it was 25 years.
that was just one a person saying it in a forum.
Ah,
I went
okay.
to and actually found a website that tells her about it. But yeah, but it was a love story. There's a love.
Yeah, I feel like it's definitely got some kind of weird romance.
There
There was jealousy. There was like being very possessive, maybe even envious. Pretty sure he fucked the car.
yeah,
I
yeah.
hope he did. Like,
I'm pretty sure he did.
Yeah, there's definitely a love story in there. Definitely a romance.
actually, you know what? Even if you don't want to go to the car, the girl was very committed to him.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
he
why.
was a straight up piece of shit, and
He
she
even
was still.
threatened her and stuff, and he's like, "You're just sexually frustrated." Yeah, and she's like, "Maybe I am." Back then, you got to find a husband fast. You age fucking fast. She's only got 6 months to find
Did
a
you
husband.
see the other girls in the school? Right? Like, Jesus. Wow.
But
Come
yeah,
on, what are you doing?
It's like 20 years. Between 20 and 40 years is classified as a classic.
There's a huge fucking difference in there.
That's because after that, in between that point, they can be classified as antiques as well, depending on the way the car was looked after and stuff.
Okay. I swear your water had a hair in it.
Probably does.
It's probably your hair.
Dog hair.
I don't know.
It's probably the ferret hair, trying to jam that ferret in there.
Cool. If I throw up mid-podcast, it's because there was a hair. I
Come on.
don't cope with hair.
So what do you think of the special effects in this movie for its age?
Do you know
I
what?
love the practical stuff.
It wasn't bad. Like, unfortunately, the age of this movie made it slightly, not boring, but it was harder to keep my attention.
Yeah.
But everything that I watched was actually pretty solid when you consider how old it is.
Well,
See, for
I was
me, I found it
impressed.
interesting for most of the time.
Yeah,
because
same.
you're curious about what's kind of happening with the car and what's happening with.
And because
The main guy.
we hadn't, I hadn't seen it before or read it or had anything to do with it. So I actually didn't know the story other than Magic Car.
Magic car.
Me and Kane, I thought Kane
Oh,
had
your
seen
idea
it.
was, I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, that's what I liked. When the hot girl that dresses like a spastic, when she was like, "Sorry, I've got a date on Friday," I was like, you know what I want to see? I want to see that she's the car. She's the spirit of the car, and she's got a date because he fixes her up every Friday. And Kane's like, "What a great idea!" And then it's like, "Oh, she's just the school bitch." Cool, that's
Yeah.
whatever.
The school
That's the
bitch.
school bitch.
So Stephen King, get good.
I definitely feel like they cut out something because she's like, oh, they're at the drive-in, and she's like, you spend more time with the car than you do with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'd only really just seen that he was even with her.
Yeah, you saw one scene of it, and it was them making out at a school event, really
Yeah.
weirdly, by the way.
Which just came out of, like, left field.
Yeah.
And, yeah, like, I feel like they've cut out, I don't know,
That's where you
Section-
could have done with a little,
section
even a
3
montage.
or 5 is missing.
Like
Yeah.
a good 80s montage of like, weird dates.
That would have
But
really
him-
cheapened the movie.
Him like, glancing over at the car.
That seems like the late 80s type of thing they would have done.
They're making out, but he's looking over her shoulder at the car, and he's like, "Oh, I love you so much," and just making eye contact with Christine.
Like, how much was he, like, talking about the car and looking at the car and not paying attention to her when he thought he was, that she's already got this feeling? Like, I'd like to know how much time had passed.
Maybe
for
we
one.
didn't see dates because they didn't go on any. He's like, "Sorry, babe, I'm working
wanna
on the
come see
car."
my car?
Yeah, basically.
His parents, though, not letting him have the car
Fuck
even
his
after.
parents.
His mum
Holy
was a
shit.
problem.
What a piece of shit.
They had to stick to their guns.
Their guns are stupid.
They were just so rude.
That's it, they were rude.
They were just rude. I don't.
Also,
like
what was the
them.
dad being scared of him?
Well, his son has suddenly gone crazy
And
and is
started
strangling
choking
him.
him.
So
No, he should have fucking dropped him right then and there, little bitch.
maybe he was aroused.
His
Maybe he's
dad-
into choking.
So his dad didn't seem like the type of person that would fight back, though.
He
Yeah,
had-
actually, I guess he is the bitch in that relationship.
He had
so-
a really, really big mustache. You gonna tell me he's not into choking?
What?
He's not Flanders.
Maybe children.
Looking at
Had
you,
a
Aaron, with your mustache.
It's not a
Oh
mustache. if
shit,
you
we
have
missed
side
the
hair.
fucking... What's with the bullies? Grab them throats and dicks.
Oh my
Yeah,
god,
that
that
was
was
cringy.
so weird.
That was
Pulling out
cringy.
Knives, grabbing balls.
He actually did it too.
Hey.
Like he grabbed a fistful of dick. So weird. Like that actor was actually hurt. When he went down, that was real.
poor.
He's a method actor.
It's so weird. Also, he sounded like Jonah Hill, and it was really distracting.
Which one?
The ball grabber.
Ah,
When he was being chased, that first guy to die, first school kid to die.
The bull grabber.
Yeah. Like, why didn't he just keep jumping over that middle
I
part?
know.
I
I always
know.
think that.
That's what I would have done.
My kid wasn't very smart.
It's true.
Getting chased by a car, I'm just going to run out into the open.
I know. He's just waiting there, and I was like, it's just going to appear soon.
Yeah.
Luckily, it wasn't the trope of appearing behind him. You actually saw the car pull around the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
I like that.
I
like the
I
fact
thought it
there's-
was just going to be like in front of him, the lights turn on.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what I
Like,
thought for
don't
some
do that. Please
reason.
don't do that.
Like, for the guy who did Halloween, there was not too much of like car just appearing kind of thing. It was actually drove up and kind of followed them.
Excuse me, that's not how John Carpenter works.
It is how John Carpenter works.
Michael Myers just walks behind people and then gets into bushes.
Would have
okay?
been great if the car just came out from bushes and just drove at them slowly.
Oh wait, there is the dumb thing at the end when it was already in the fucking.
Oh, it was hiding in the rubbish pile.
How did it get in the rubbish pile?
He drove it there.
It
That was
drove
pretty
itself
great.
into a rubbish pile.
No,
And
he
was like,
drove
blah.
it. He
No,
was
Aunt-
driving at that point.
Honey was in the car.
Oh wait, fuck, he was
Yeah,
there
he
too with
was.
the weird fucking.
But it looked really
eyeshadow.
funny.
Mm.
It just.
So he
something.
went and he covered it up, and then got in the car.
And then
Yeah, I
did his
guess.
makeup and off they went.
Yeah.
I kind of got he died in that movie.
You forgot?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Ah.
got just like. Oh, what
Stabbed
was
a
it?
little. That's about as much as Kane got stabbed.
Is it really?
No,
Nah, it's not quite.
it's probably what I would have been stabbed like if it didn't hit bone. So
Yeah.
Did it hit your ribs?
yeah, hit my rib.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's what happens.
I literally had to like pull him off of it.
That's not good.
That's what happens.
You guys are not
That's what
allowed to
happens
play
when I drink.
together anymore.
That's what happens when Aaron drinks.
Yeah.
Look, I've already stopped drinking.
It was the first night the three of us had actually drunk together.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, what a
I
memory.
almost died.
Were you just like, is this what you guys are normally like? I'm going to go.
No, I just laughed when I found out.
That does
and,
actually sound like something you
And then
do.
went to work for him.
Oh, that's nice.
Wait, is this a different page? Did I say 2 out of 5 on Empire?
No.
Yeah, every time you reload this, it will give out the third one.
Ah,
It's different.
Reload.
Well, not every time, but it's usually different.
Reload.
Because if I go to it,
Rotten Tomatoes keeps going up.
Oh, it's all the same.
because I had a different one
I
too.
saw Metacritic. It was like
Yeah, it was-
51 or something.
yeah.
wasn't
It was Metacritic last time, and I
Wait,
had.
click on something and then go back to this. So, like, not Netflix.
So mine's Metacritic, 57%.
Ah,
Now go
okay.
back. Okay.
It's a
It's just
mystery.
reloading from cache.
Cache.
Cash.
Or is it cache?
Kesha.
Put movies.
Movies. Uh-huh.
There you go.
Yeah, moved them around. Alright. Has anyone got anything else to say before we move to getting down to the hard? Brass tacks.
I liked the radio chiming in
Oh,
with
yeah.
relevant songs.
Yeah, that
like
was
you
good.
keep on knocking but you can't come in.
It reminded me of Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a transformer.
Oh my god, that explains so
just a
much.
A
transformer.
Decepticon that just couldn't transform.
You could easily like make that like fit completely. Just an extra 30 seconds at the beginning. It crashes, assumes the form, and just gets on the line.
Uh,
Done.
oh wait.
It was stuck in that form because of the crash.
Yeah.
All right, I've got 2 parts to bring up. One, when the bullies are trying to like fuck up the car and they turn into literal weird animals, just going you, and
One of them
like
took a shit
don't-
on the dash.
See, for some reason, most 80 movies I've seen with the bullies like that, they always make those weird noises.
It's
They
so
always
weird.
get so hyped.
It's
and
like-
they become
Like,
hyenas.
I'm pretty
like,
sure like there's enough footage, even though it's all Hollywood movies, that you can safely say that's what people did.
it's like
No, there's no way people are that.
the
Why?
bully
Fucked
jocks
up.
What
always
proof do
make
you
the
have, Kane?
noises. It's just. Oh wait, and there was one line that didn't make sense. Has it ever occurred to you that part of being a parent is trying to kill your kids? Do you remember him saying that?
He says it to his friend in the hospital
Yeah,
before
I
he walks
remember.
out.
I remember hearing that, and I was just like, "What?
Never got closure on that one.
I'm,
No."
I'm trying to kill my kids nearly every day.
Yeah, but you're not meant to tell people. Now. we've
Also,
told
what you
people.
think is the main guy of the movie
Yeah,
gets
I'm
like taken
compelled to
out
tell
and
the
then he's in
police.
hospital the last time, like for half of it.
Yeah, it's so weird. Like, Why did that happen?
Why was he just staring at them? Like, I get that he liked that girl for 2 seconds, and then his friend was kissing her, but...
It seemed like he was just running at them.
Yeah, he's like, just getting closer, like, fuck you guys.
I think he was more
compelled.
No, confused.
He's probably confused, yeah, because it's like his friend, and he's with the hottest girl in school, and it's like, the fuck?
Yeah.
He's probably like not even sure if it was him.
But also, that
Also-
sport needs to stop, alright?
Why?
It's the dumbest sport ever. Like, people get injured in that more than literally, like, fighters put in a ring trying to injure each other.
Yeah, but they're not really trying to injure each other.
They're trying.
There's enough rules in UFC now that they're not really trying to hurt you.
The funny thing is
They're trying to win now.
Yeah.
their American football is not much different to what we have as rugby here. But they wear all the padding and still get hurt. Our rugby players don't wear anything.
Yeah, I don't know what
And
the
survive.
difference is. What's the difference?
There is not much.
A couple of tackling rules basically has changed. We can only tackle low. They can tackle high. And that's basically the difference, I think. Also, because of the padding, they run fucking, like, full pelt into each other, and that's where they get concussions. Whereas here, it's more just like they're trying to grab them and pull them down, not like running at them and smashing your own head into theirs, which is like the dumbest fucking thing.
Look, it's not the best, but no, I can't really think of a reason it needs to exist other than
Americans are pansies.
so Americans can go, woo, ew, sport.
And I'll wear that same jacket for some reason. The stupid jock jacket.
There's a bomber's jacket.
What was that?
I think they're called bomber's jackets.
The bomber's jacket.
A bomber jacket or something.
That's just the jackets that they wore like
Back
in
then.
high schools, and I think they may still
Yeah, they still do.
wear them.
Alright, what do you think of the acting in this movie?
Pretty good for the
I was
80s.
going to say, it wasn't bad for the age and for people that weren't really well known. And yes, it's called a bomber jacket.
Okay.
Car was pretty convincing car.
Car's on point. It's able to crush itself and pull itself back together pretty well. What about you?
Like I said, the special effects and stuff like that,
Oh, no, that's...
they're pretty
yeah.
good for its age.
I actually surprisingly don't think I can fault much other than the little gaps in the stories. In the story?
Yes, for me, there's gaps. I think I'm just used to it because I like Stephen King and I
Yeah.
watch so many of them that they all just, it seems like...
You make it sound like his stories just have gaps.
Well, like I said, I haven't read the book on this one, but because
That
I
would be
read the books
interesting to
and a
see
lot of
what the
them
book
as
is
well,
like.
so I know the difference and I know what's missing out of those gaps in most of them.
What's the deal with the boss? He's just like, oh, no one's in there. I better sit in here comfortably.
It was so
Yeah,
weird.
that was confusing. It's like
Yeah.
he saw the car coming and burning, and
Yeah, I
just
know.
gets in there and sits in it like, "Oh, this is nice still." It's like,
Maybe
I
he
know.
was compelled to.
Eh,
It was weird.
Actually, that's possible.
that he was compelled to get in the car.
Because you'd think no
that's
one
in
would
the
do
same
that.
way that... No, because he hadn't been.
no, he may have
previously,
been
and the car's
sussing
been there
out.
all that time.
He may have just been sussing out, like, did someone quickly run off? Is there any evidence of anyone who's been in here before?
I don't think this guy thinks that way.
Look, the guy is weird.
Mentally
Right?
challenged.
It's
He
weird.
reminds me of Aaron for some reason.
Oh, yeah, what's with everyone being, like, a piece of shit in this world as well?
Oh my god, yeah.
Basically, every character is a piece of shit in this world.
Is that what the 80s were like? Because shit, son. Everyone was so rude. The fact that the lion was so rude to the teacher, it was bad. He didn't care at all. And I know he was probably older than him, but it doesn't matter. He's a student.
I like the teacher though. First he seems like he's gonna punch on, and he's like, go to the office. And he's just all super calm.
I was kind of hoping you'd punch on with the guy.
I guess it just happens every day.
It must, because like the guy, he just deadpanned him when he was like having his little
I was
rant.
gonna say, wasn't this like their first week back at school? or
Yeah.
something?
Day or
first
something
day.
like that.
But then, like, the guy was threatening them right in front of the teacher, and he doesn't even say anything. It's like,
Well,
well,
that's why he got
I've
expelled.
sent him to the office. Like,
Yeah, he was
what
ex-
more do you
he
want?
was expelled, wasn't
Yeah,
it? Did it say
kicked
he was
out, but-
expelled?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they said there was a line saying they kicked him out. You know,
Ah, okay.
Yeah, the other guys just got probation.
Ah, okay, I remember that part. Also,
Ball
they...
grabber.
Fucking bull grab. Like, you don't see... There's only one... When it drives into the bad guy's car,
that's a
at
good
the car
scene.
shop, you see it hit the other guy inside. But you never see the crush, like the guy
Yeah.
getting cut in half, and you never see the guy getting run over and left on fire.
You
It's just
barely
kind of...
saw the guy get hit.
You
into
see
the
how his
petrol
body
tank.
go flying.
It's it's a doll. And
I like doll stuff.
It wasn't even like a tenth of a second.
Still enough to see it.
Barely.
Yeah.
It's still there though. More
And
than any other the killings.
quality is better now. So when it was released, it would have just been fucking shit. It would look like shit. On
It
a
was so
CRT.
furry at the start. Remember when it
Oh
first
shit!
started up?
Yeah. That disappeared pretty quickly though.
Did the startup have no sound?
No, that's sound.
Like the entry, like Roadhouse Productions or whatever it is.
No, there was no sound up
Oh,
to the
no,
point
no.
where the you started seeing the cars and everything.
Yeah,
like,
okay. I'm like fucking around. I paused it and I'm like, what's going on with my fucking iPhone? And I'm like, why is there no sound?
Well, I was gonna say, also out of the movies we have watched, this is the 4th oldest movie.
Wait, really?
So the only movies older than this that we've watched so far
Casablanca.
is Casablanca, A Clockwork Orange, and Monty Python and Holy Grail.
Oh, when was Pet Cemetery?
Pet Cemetery is
Was it
89.
80s? Oh, 89.
Oh fuck! This is an old movie. Jeez.
You know what? Considering, I think it's actually the best old one we've watched. Like, there's not too much to fault.
I think it's the biggest budget movie for its we've watched in that age gap, in that age area.
I guess it's pretty lucky that it is a creepy car movie and not a monster or something, because monsters and CGI and everything doesn't age. The fact that they were able to do this really practically, like with the metal
It was
hydraulic
CGI.
stuff, was pretty good.
It was CGI.
Your fucking CGI.
It took every computer on the earth
All three of them.
They went to NASA and used the NASA
7
computer at the time.
7 days per second of processing.
Cool.
When you say acting, I would say I found most people did their role all right, except I think the main one, Slipping.
Slipping?
His
Hunting
one
him.
felt a bit overacted, I guess, maybe, or
Oh, like you didn't believe the turning evil thing.
maybe that's what made it so weird, is because it was so fast. Like
Yeah, it
when
seemed
he
way
was
too
in the
quick.
car with his friend when he picks him up, and they're driving on the road, and he's like, "Trust me," and drinking beer and
Yeah,
all
that scene
shit.
was weird.
That one was kind of like, ugh, I
See,
don't like that.
If they changed, if that time gap was over like 12 months, maybe that would make more
No,
sense.
even if it was the time, like the gap is fine. I feel like it was too from the he was a goody two shoe to fuck my parents and snobbing off and like I'm doing this now, kind of cool, and then it jumped again.
No, because he basically, the moment he got back, he was already rebelling.
Yeah, it changed him straight away. From the minute he saw the car, he was like not stepping down on stuff,
Yeah.
and then became really possessive and weird over it.
Felt just, I guess, to me, it felt a bit too quick.
I mean, it's an evil magic car. It's not going to be super believable.
Well, without details,
I think it
explaining
accelerated
it.
after he finished, though. After
Yeah.
the car was
Yeah.
finished.
He
Yeah.
still seemed relatively like himself, just a bit more attitudey when he had done the windscreen wipers and stuff like that. So he was like halfway, I guess.
Now I also, like in retrospect, feel like... Because at first I thought he killed the guy by driving into the loading bay,
Oh yeah.
cutting him in half. But now I think he didn't. It was just the car.
Yeah.
That was just, he was just a car at that point.
Yeah. So, in retrospect, his acting was poor because he made it seem like he did it. But that could just be Hollywood movies in the sense that they wanted us to think that he did it.
Yeah.
But he hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
The car drove itself. So,
It's kind of funny because when you get to the end and you see him in the car, you may still
Yeah,
think
yeah.
actually he was in the car the whole time.
No,
but he wasn't.
You know he was. There's that scene where
Because he's got a
his-
alibi.
yeah, where his boss rings up, asking his friend or
where he
whatever.
is. That's
yeah.
that's probably the only time you really know, like, oh, he's actually not in the car.
Yeah, that's why they threw him in the car. I think at the end because you thought, oh no, he's not in the car. It's the car doing it itself. But
Yeah. It's kind of weird that he was in the car at the end then when you think about it. Like, the car was doing all the stuff on its own, but then he was in it, and then the car kills him, basically.
Yeah, but I think...
Because those cars didn't have seatbelts.
Wait, maybe that's what the countdown was then. It had sucked all the energy out of him and it was like, I'm done. Get out.
Wasn't it? It was already high, though, wasn't it?
it was almost about to kick over to zero again.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
too... That's what I mean. It would have made sense if it was, like, started at 0, and then when he got in, it started counting up or something like that, and it was, like, draining him.
What does the odometer
You're looking at what it
mean
means. They may...
in
Maybe
Christine?
the book says it.
Yeah.
I do like the fact like a good horror, they never defeated it. They still got their happy ending in the sense,
Yeah, but
kind
the
of,
cast-
but it was still moving at the
But
end.
you
And I always
can't-
like that.
You can't save everyone.
You can't
and-
save everyone.
I like how almost the last scene where they're crushing
the
it
boom box.
starts rebuilding itself under
Yeah.
it. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh,
pushing
yeah.
it up.
Yeah, that was
And he's
cool.
like, no, you don't. And starts going over it. They spent a good 3 minutes showing us like that car being
Yeah, they were
demolished.
crushing it for a bit.
That was good.
I was kind of wondering if it could keep doing it. That's what made me think it had a certain amount of energy or some shit. Because they crushed it, and then next scene, cube.
It must have run out of energy at some point because the original owner, the same thing would have happened with him supposedly.
Yeah, I think
But-
that the car just kills them.
But by the time Arnie had found it, it was just sitting there and run down. So it must have run out once the owner died.
Yeah, that's what I think.
It must have stopped, and like the energy of it's.
See, that's what I would have thought, but then the guy died, then it ticked over, and then it starts healing itself again. Do you know what I mean?
Maybe it still has energy after Arnie died. Still had something in it.
So it still had energy then when he found it? Even though it was a piece of shit then?
I don't think it had any energy by that point. I think once it ran out of energy, the brother of the
If it
original
did,
owner
it
just
was influencing him.
Yeah.
That's what it was using its energy for.
Does it say in there at all? Or you're on Pokemon. Really?
No, I'm reading it. It's weird. People seem to have an argument about it, but I guess they're kind of saying that it's just she's rewinding time to when she's all good. So all the way back to what she was like when she was first made. She's unhappening what took place. But it sounds weird.
I guess. She could already do that without the fucking, what is it? The odometer, whatever it's called?
Odometer.
Odometer.
So weird. I don't know.
I've got
I
a
wouldn't
credit
have
on
thought
Audible, so I might actually get this book to listen to.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Maybe it's not said. Maybe it's a bit of left up to interpretation. I guess without being too picky into it, it doesn't matter too much. I guess it's more the fact they kept kind of showing it, and you're like,
It
does it mean
felt
something?
really important, and then it wasn't. I don't know, because if she was healing herself, unless just every time it ticks back, she's healing herself, and so every time she was rebuilding, it was ticking back, and we just didn't see it. I don't know. It was poorly explained.
Maybe it's how many times it had to rebuild itself. How many bodies had claimed.
Oh my god, stop.
Wait, what was it when he got it? It was at 983 or some shit,
It was
wasn't
at
it?
90-something thousand.
So it was like nearly 100,000
Yeah, just under 100,000.
Miles.
miles. And
Yeah.
it only goes up to 999, whatever it was.
Yeah, and then it ticked over. How many off, though? Was it like thousands off or not?
Nah, barely that.
I would like to know if it was how many kills or something like that.
No, I don't think it'd be kills.
That's a lot of kills.
I'm pretty sure
The car's been around for a while.
pretty sure the cops would have known about that car, and the car probably would have been taken away or something by that point. If that car was,
There'd be correlations.
yeah, if the car had killed so many people, it would be a known car, and people wouldn't want to buy that car.
No.
You're talking about like almost 100,000 people.
Yeah.
It's known.
Are you sure? Maybe there's a lot of choking. Just people getting gassed out.
And the guy had it from you. The original owner had it from you, so
He had it from what?
the original owner before Arnie
Yeah.
had the car from you.
Wait, from you?
From
From new.
Oh, from you.
From
Okay.
you. I was like, from you?
whatever.
Ah, okay.
From the factory.
Was it straight from the factory?
Original owner.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Wait, so does that mean the car only killed like 5 people and that was
yeah.
it? Well, actually, I guess we don't know how it got on the factory line, but
It was made.
After that, he just probably became a recluse until he eventually killed himself in the car.
Yeah.
see, this is where it would be good if it, like, say it comes out of the cube, it goes and changes into another car, and then it kind of makes sense that it's been around for a long time. Like, it kind of takes on what's popular at the time.
Well, we don't know where it came from in the beginning.
The fact it can rebuild itself kind of gives me the idea that maybe it could change or transform in some kind of areas. It is probably just a Decepticon, and that's basically it.
This is a Decepticon.
It's one of the earliest Transformer movies.
Weird.
That's the difference between Michael Bay and John Carpenter.
The original Transformer movie.
Alright, so everyone thought the acting was alright. Story, a bit of missing or a bit of plot. Or maybe time could have been used a little bit better. Effects, everyone's in agreement, were pretty good.
Yeah.
Um,
Like, even if I was pretending, like, because I try not to give them too much, like, leeway, even though they're old, but, like, I feel like this stands up pretty well.
I like the way the effects were done on it. I did see the rope in the one scene, but other
Yeah.
than that, I thought it was cool the way it was done.
What about the scene where the cunts bash the car? Like,
That scene's dangerous.
Did anyone expect the result when we came back?
Oh my
It was
god.
a bit over exaggerated.
I was
Like-
like, this was hit by 3 trucks.
It's like Ryu and Ken fucking went to town on that shit.
Like a Street Fighter 2 minigame.
Like, seriously, what the fuck?
Testosterone is a powerful thing.
What about the guy with the knife? He's just like, yeah. He's like so angry.
Look, they had a lot of problems. And there was
Had a lot
nothing
of
to do
problems.
in the 80s.
Yeah, there wasn't much
fucking
to
boomer
do.
children, man.
It's basically just drive cars and hit on girls. So
Yep.
it's
That's all there
boring.
was to do.
Alright, are we rating?
Oh, I was gonna say, what about sound? How did everyone feel about the music
It was
in it? or the
pretty
score?
great.
Yeah, it went well.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Also, I was just reading the differences between the movie and the book, and fucking hell.
How many are there?
None.
Well, the end...
Perfect, 1-to-1.
Like, do you want to hear how the book ends? Arnie's father is found dead inside the car from exhaust fumes. Arnie and his mother die in a car accident. The fuck? And then...
Damn, they should have died. It would have been
And
better.
then the car bites a police officer.
Good.
I'm gathering that's
Why it
had
knew.
teeth.
No, that would be great. That would explain why he just knew.
Yeah, but there's the scene where it has teeth, and you're like, "Hey, it's
Yeah.
got teeth." I'm like, "Wonder why that is," and that's probably maybe a nod towards the
Did they
book.
mean buy it, or they were under the bonnet and the bonnet closed on them?
No, I think... So,
No went.
the remains of the car are fed into the crusher, and one of them got a bad cut as they were putting it into the crusher, and he says that it bit him.
Ah.
No, I want to see the fucking cop like somehow explain why he just accepted that it was fucking alive.
Like, he's a weird
So
cop.
weird.
He was onto that car for a long time
Like,
ago.
what is he writing in his paperwork? I guarantee you,
He
there's
probably
like thousands of unsolved
No,
murders.
he probably pinned it on that guy, the kid.
What?
It's probably just the kid. He's like, the kid did it.
Yeah, he pins it on Arnie. He's like,
Yeah.
you
He
know
had
how
a
I'm going to
alibi.
explain it?
It was...
For 3 of them. 4 deaths. 3 deaths.
Wait, well, we only saw the one where he asked for the alibi. When he said, "Why didn't you deliver it that night?" And he's like, "I was tired."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
Yeah, but he's got the receipt and the person that was there, and then they would have the phone call from the boss to the other person.
Yeah, depending on the hours it was done, maybe he picked up all the stuff and then instead of like going home, going to sleep, he went and killed people.
So the
They would
red,
have the fire.
the red car in this was
Yeah.
custom made for the movie.
That's
Ah.
sick.
So the cars weren't actually made in red at all.
I heard that they
Ah,
had
okay.
between 25 and 28 cars.
Uh,
And by the end of
Whoa.
it, 2 were left and the cube. And the 2 cars still intact were used to advertise the movie. And then the 2 cars and the cube were later sold to collectors.
I'd say the one from the very first scene when you first see
On the line.
Arnie. No.
Ah.
He sees it and falls in love.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the one they put on fire.
I'd hope so.
That was probably the after scene.
How do they now? Like when you said 2 cars, I'm like,
Well, that's what
pretty
I-
few. But you're
what I
saying
read-
25 cars? That
Yeah.
seems like a lot. It wasn't even 25 scenes with the car.
They
What were they
say-
doing?
That makes sense.
They're
When-
like, scratch it. They're like, put that one in the bin. New one.
When the car was evil and doing evil, naughty things, it had really, like, it had blacked out windows so that you couldn't see that there was a stunt driver. And because they were filming at night, the stunt driver couldn't see shit. So for a lot of the scenes, they were just, like, praying. Because the window's so dark.
Probably like
Not 25 cars, 25 stunt drivers. eventually.
Yeah.
like the scene
basically.
when he hits the dickhead's car is probably fucked then. And they're like, get in the new car.
What, is it a thing that cars get, like, stuck together when you ram them?
Oh, this movie they do.
I thought...
They kept getting stuck.
I thought Christine
I've
bit
seen-
it and was dragging
I
it
kind of thought, yeah,
backwards.
that's the whole point. Was Christine was
Yeah.
like holding on.
I've seen
Okay.
cars get stuck together in accidents.
Yeah, yes, but not like this. This looked like the only thing that was being, like, holding it together was like teeth.
But
We
Christine,
showed the teeth. We saw
Christine
them.
broke rule number 1 and broke the lock.
That was a sad moment. That car that Christine hit was a nice car.
Yeah, actually it was. Not even a car guy, and I like that one.
The one thing I didn't like in this movie is the jock
Yeah.
letting the girl drive his car. That would never have happened.
Why?
Not back then.
Oh my
What
god.
job? When did she drive?
So when near the end of the movie, he goes up to Christine and scratches in
Yeah.
Darnell's or whatever it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
tonight.
And then he hops in the
Then he
passenger. That's
hops
because
in
his
the
leg
passen-
is fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can't drive.
So-
He's injured.
So I would never have let her drive my car if it was one of them.
You want to know the most unbelievable thing in this movie? It was the fucking telling that dumb bitch to go and be safe in the office.
Right?
I know. The glass panes.
Go
were
hide in
protection.
the office.
They're the fucking thing that killed the enemy.
You gotta remember they didn't know the car was alive.
Yeah. Doesn't
Didn't they?
matter.
I felt
They-
like
they
they.
knew.
I feel like by then they knew, didn't they?
No,
They were like
they thought it was like Cunningham the whole time. Cunningham.
Cunningham.
Don't call him Cunningham, you bullies.
He was a cunt.
He was
Yeah,
a bit of a
but-
he was a bit of a cunt.
He was a cunt the whole way through, even at the start.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he kinda was a
He
cunt in
was
the
a poor little
beginning.
baby.
No, he was a cunt.
He was just waiting to rebel.
Poor little
It wasn't the
baby.
car. It was actually him the whole time.
He was Jamie.
Just brought out the worst in him. It was all there to begin with.
That's what happens when you get a car. You seen what happens when L platers become P platers? That's this movie.
Okay.
Just reckless. All right, let's get anything else to say. What do you rank it?
I'm
What is your crit?
going for critical.
Yeah.
And I think they skipped over some large portions of the middle of the story that doesn't exist. There is no story that they actually skipped, but I feel like they skipped something.
Maybe see, is kind of some skipping,
That's
but
a
maybe
big-
we wanted more from it. I don't want to use that against it. I just like kind of more the something seemed skipped, or they could have been more important to flesh some things out.
Yeah.
But like other than not knowing where it come from and that, I can't use that against it. That's just a part of the movie.
Yeah, it was a really big letdown from a Stephen King movie because normally
He does kind of fill in where things
Yeah.
come from, doesn't he?
there's a few
Wait,
there.
in the book, do we even know in the book
I
if
don't know.
it says where he came from? Or did you see it all?
Not really, no.
Is it other than it's just called a possessed car? Or
Yeah, I didn't read the start of the book thing. I went to the end to see what the difference was. But I did see that making it come from that car place in Detroit was completely added. Like, there was none of that in the story. The director threw it in.
well, it's a mystery.
I love
Are they
mysteries.
trying to suggest that the red car, like, that worker didn't even know?
Everyone was confused by it. Like it was just on the lot somehow.
Yeah, all of them were slightly confused, but were just kind of like, alright.
A red one.
Red.
Yeah. Like you said, wasn't it?
That would
All the
explain
cars were
why
the same
that guy
paint?
got in and was just like, yeah,
Yeah.
and then died of a heart attack or something.
Yeah, what did he die of?
Fright.
Well, he could have easily been crushed like the owner of the junk shop. So
I kind of think he was gassed.
you keep saying gas, but the only gassing, we never saw any gassing. Everyone was crushed in one way or another.
Gas.
It crushed him.
Gas.
It doesn't even have to crush him properly. You can just hold him up against the steering wheel until he can't fucking breathe properly, and then he just dies like that.
Yes.
He's not gassed.
Why did they make it that it could like click so far forward?
I know, that's scary.
I'm guessing the book doesn't.
Doesn't say where it came from.
Let me
No,
see if I
I'm-
can find it.
Does,
I'm just
uh,
on a thing, Goodreads. With other people, the people have actually asked the question because Goodreads is just a site for people that have read books to discuss the books.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And one of the questions was, where did Christine come from? And the biggest, most liked
The depths
answer
of Stephen King's mind.
is that the previous owner, the hatred from the previous owner, brought it to
Well,
life.
Yeah.
I feel like it was already alive.
But yeah, the movie, as she said,
Oh.
added that first scene.
So it says here King's novel, the source material for the movie, made it clear that the car was possessed by the evil spirit of its previous owner.
Yeah.
Whereas the film version shows that
then why was it in love with the guy?
the evil spirit of the car manifested itself on the day it was born. Okay.
Maybe that's what that other movie, Christine, is
But
about.
then how come the guy became an asshole?
Maybe became like the owner.
Maybe he was just becoming an asshole naturally, and it just like I said, I thought he just it was
Didn't
explained too
influence
quickly.
him at all. He's just a piece of shit that got a car.
No, well, that guy.
He's like, got a car, and he's like, I don't need my wife or child anymore. They die, and he's like, good. More time with the car.
Kind of.
Well, that's the movie version. The movie was said that she said the movie version was based what she read reincarnated. It was made on the day.
Yeah, so
Not
the movie's like, yeah, the evil came from the car that just made itself red and bad. And then in the book, it's like, no, the evil came from the previous owner. So maybe it goes more into depth with the
That's
previous
what I'm saying.
owner.
With the previous owner, like, he just didn't give a shit about his
But some people are just evil.
daughter and
Maybe in the book he didn't have a daughter and that he was just an evil person.
I suppose.
You can't really if they've changed the movie that much, you can't really go off the books.
Maybe his
Material.
name was Martin.
I'm not that evil.
Well, you did talk
You
about
haven't had one of
wanting
these
to kill
kinds
your
of
kids.
cars.
You get a classic that's 23
You get a
years
classic
old.
23 years
Yeah, and you just become a different person. Your hair gets black, and you eyeliner.
What was the car
Yeah,
you had
already
on?
went
The
black.
flat one?
The Supra.
Is that it? So, yeah, you get like a Supra. You get a DeLorean.
I want a DeLorean. If I had a DeLorean, I'd be like him.
I
Very
would
possessive
kill
of my
everyone.
car.
If I win the lotto, I'll get you a DeLorean.
Yeah, knowing you will win the lotto one day.
I'm trying.
For now, it's movie tickets.
I'll take it.
So what's your critical, Aaron?
Yeah, Aaron.
Critically,
I'm giving it a 4 as well. I thought it was really well done for its age.
no, I'm not going that far.
You will.
I'll put you down as a 3.5 then.
I'm probably a 3.75, but
You are not.
I'll go 3.5.
I was thinking 3.25.
What is it losing points for critically?
From him or from me?
Both.
Ah.
Why are you guys
For me,
taking
I
points?
thought the acting was okay. I didn't think it was.
He wrote, okay.
That's why
I
I'm only
don't
giving it a
think-
4 because the acting was it's not top
I
notch
think
acting, but it
the
was
acting
good.
was like, if I'm gonna go a strong, like the effects are strong, and I thought the music was good. I thought the acting was weak, and I thought the story was missing too
Oh,
much.
well, they're major then. If that's how you've come off of it, then
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I think the acting was way better than like Halloween and stuff. Way, way better.
Halloween
I
is,
actually felt
isn't
like
Halloween
I
like
believed
10 years
everyone.
before this or something?
I don't know, maybe. But basically, all of the old horror movies that I've seen, I feel like this was some of the most believable acting for me personally. That's why I'm only taking off half a point.
You're right. It's
for-
probably one of the better ones
Yeah.
in its tropes, but it's still, they come across as that character.
Yeah. I think it's just losing points for the plot holes and obviously, like, I don't know. I guess it's mostly just the plot holes, really.
I really hate the bullies.
You
Then
are
they
a
did
bully.
their
They
job.
seemed so far beyond bullies that, like, they should have shown why they were such cunts. Like, if they were, like, they
All
were
of
so much of an asshole. Like, each individual was an asshole of the highest order. Why were they that fucking asshole-ish?
Yeah, like at least
Tell us why.
You know, in it,
Show
he
us his dad
explains all the
beating
bullies.
him.
Yeah.
Show us
Yeah.
his dad beating him. Show us something. It was just in a vacuum. They were just super cunts that
I was
were
gonna
prepared
say,
to stab
the
people.
only character you get to see any of the family life is basically the main guy, and you can see why he became a cunt. He even needs to be the bully.
Arnie becomes a bully.
Like, why was that guy so old?
Why was everyone so
I did
old?
like a lot about it. Like,
Oh no, personally, it's gonna be alright. Like,
Yeah.
for me.
3.
A 3.
3?
Critically?
Alright.
Alright. What about personally?
I'm probably going 4 again for personal.
I'll go 3.5. I think it's a good movie.
It basically lost half a point for being kind of boring. And then half a point
3.5
for
sounds
plot
fair.
holes.
I think it's a good movie. I recommend it to people. But
Yeah.
you're either gonna get I liked the pace of it.
Yeah.
If anything, I kind of, like I said, I wish it was a little bit longer.
I
Or at least the
expected-
time used better. I don't know. Like,
I think I'm just angry because I was interested, and I wanted to know more.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you kind of didn't get maybe the payoff that you would have liked.
I was more impressed than I thought I'd be, considering the age. And I kind of feel like I've avoided a lot of the old Stephen King stuff because I'm like, it'll be so shit now that I'm older. Like, I'm not going to enjoy it. But it was actually good.
With the old Stephen King stuff, is Pet Sematary kind of just like the weirder one out of them, or like the least
Good.
Yeah,
The least
because
good.
I remember
The
I
least
liked,
good. The most
I liked
fucked it.
like even Tim Curry's It was good. The Stan I liked. Was it Langoliers?
Langoliers was good, but really, really badly made. But that wasn't a high budget movie. That was a mini series for TV.
Okay. That might be another one I want.
Yeah,
to
let's
see again
review
soon.
that.
But yeah, because I was kind of thinking,
God.
was it just kind of Pet Sematary that was the weird
and
acted one?
Yeah, I think that was one of their more ambitious ones for its time.
Mm.
And that's a really hard one. From what I remember of the book, a really hard one to adapt to a movie.
I don't even know if it can be. Like,
Not well.
Kane, let's review Langoliers right now.
Just right now from
Critical.
what we remember.
You're like 2.
Well, no, give it maybe a 2.5.
Personal.
5.
Wait, Langoliers is the fucking. I don't. Wait, you haven't seen that?
I just like it.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did.
It was like a 4.
So you know the Mario Chompers?
Yeah. It
Okay.
was the worst thing I've ever seen.
It
It's
is.
the greatest.
It's definitely one of the most interesting ideas
Yeah,
in a movie,
it's so
and
weird.
like it gets a high score just for the idea alone for me.
Alright, so
Where is it at?
we got a decision to make again.
Oh.
What's the
I
score
don't like
first?
decisions.
7.625.
Wow, that's
not bad.
high.
Yeah, it's one of the better ones. So, what's better? Wait a sec.
How many is it tied with?
3.
So there's 4 all up. You got Terminator 2, Groundhog Day, and Halloween 2018.
People are going to be angry.
It's
that's anywhere
under.
near Terminator
It's
2.
under those.
I
I think
think it's better than Halloween.
You're wrong.
I reckon it's better than all of them.
It's not better than Terminator.
It's not better than Groundhog.
It's basically Terminator 1, but as a car.
Kane, I don't.
It's Terminator 1.
Oh, I can agree. I can agree with you two saying it's better than Halloween. So
Kane, do you just not remember that you really liked Halloween?
What?
Which Halloween?
The
2018.
Oh, is it 2018 Halloween?
Yeah.
Ah, okay, it's below all of them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I thought it was the original Halloween, which is
We haven't done
shit.
We haven't done the original
No,
Halloween.
the original
Okay,
Halloween.
it was a choice. It was either going to be the original Hey.
You
or
honestly
the-
could tell me we did, and tell me a random score, and I would have believed you.
Yeah, I remember I had to choose, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick.
I'm telling you, the original
the other one.
Halloween ain't breaking 7. All right.
Under Halloween and Terminator for sure. What was the other choice?
Groundhog Day.
And it's
Can't-
under Groundhog Day.
So it's under all of them.
Yeah.
So right now it goes Terminator 2, Groundhog Day, Halloween, then Christine, then
How
What's
weird.
it above? What's the one below Christine?
Black Dynamite.
Yeah, no, it shits all over Black Dynamite.
Fuck. Yeah.
Look,
I'm just happy it's got into the top 15. Just. It's 14.
that's pretty weird.
Like 7. Was it 7.6? That's good.
I gave it a 5 for personal.
Did you?
5.
You little bitch.
Jesus.
I love this movie.
Oh my god,
He's a monster.
you metagamed
Fucking
it.
animal.
Whatever it's called. Alright, where's my
You
keyboard?
car fucker, you. No
Alright.
DeLorean for you.
Yeah, now when I win the lotto, I'm buying a DeLorean and setting it on fire in front of your house.
Wow. You piece of shit.
You're burning out a fucking DeLorean out the
I
front.
know, there's only like a few hundred in the world, and I'm like, well, one less now.
I like you win the lotto, but you only win like a couple of grand or something like that. You just spend it all on a fucking DeLorean.
Yeah, I do. I'm gonna. Alright, so who's still got to pick? You
It's
and
just
me. Alright.
Come on, me. I got a treat.
I like that she didn't actually win enough. She takes out a loan for the rest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Still
I'm like,
burns it in
I've got
front
to
of it.
fuck Martin over.
You
That's-
said you would do it when you won the lotto. You
Yeah.
didn't say how much.
I win $50 and I'm like, ooh, this is gonna
You go out the
suck.
front, there's just a little car just on fire.
Little-
You're like, I think it's a
It
DeLorean.
still cost $2,000. It was a collectible.
It's a classic.
Classic collectible.
I won.
Fuck. So excited.
No, you know what? You take it.
Nah, the wheel is the wheel.
No.
The wheel is not a win.
Take
you
it.
lost if your name comes up.
I think you should take it because I'm honestly torn between 4 movies and I want to be
Jesus.
4?
concrete in my choice.
Please
Well, I'm
just take it.
torn. Nah.
I love love. I want to pick good.
Mine is Starship Troopers.
It's okay. I'll take my turn back. It's all good.
No, that's okay.
Where's the love in Stormship Troopers?
There's a
There is lots of love in Starship Troopers. I don't know about Stormship Troopers.
Starship Troopers. I called it Stormtroopers today too.
Yeah, fuck.
We saw a pop vinyl of the ant alien looking things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I said the same thing.
See, it's people with M names. We're dumb.
You're
Watch
being
the
nice
movie.
about it.
There is a love story in this movie.
Yeah, well,
Between
we'll
the redhead
fucking see.
and the
There's
main
probably
character.
multiple, actually. There's a lot of love between the characters.
There's multiple fuck scenes in that movie.
Really?
There's like one.
Oh,
Yeah, all right,
well,
let's watch
if
it.
there's sex in it, then we'll watch it.
Yeah.
Because there was
More
no...
sex we've seen than in Christine.
I know.
We just had to imagine
the
him
sex
fucking
was
the car.
implied in Christine.
Wait, was the previous owner... Alright, the car's called Christine. That means the previous owner was a girl, right?
No,
What?
the previous owner was a guy. He called it Christine because back then they called their cars names.
Yeah.
And there was always female names.
So he
Like
was in
both.
love with a male car.
His
Christine
wife
is a
died in
girl's
it.
name.
Christine's a girl's name.
But the energy of it is a man.
No, it's a girl. It's
his
a jealous
wife died in
woman.
it, didn't she?
Yeah,
No,
Christine
his daughter
and the wife.
and the wife. I thought
Yeah,
it was just the daughter.
No, so the daughter choked and the wife killed herself with the hose.
Wait, the book just says it's from the owner, isn't it?
Well, it didn't say anything about the family, but I didn't read an in-depth thing.
That would actually be cool if it was the wife, and like that's why she convinced the husband to kill himself.
But then the car killed the wife.
Well,
it
she
was
killed
already
herself.
possessed.
No, she killed herself in there because he was a cunt.
Oh, okay. So let's say the daughter died and the husband didn't really care because he was like obsessed with the
his
car.
new car.
So
he got
then-
it brand new. Let's
Yeah.
be fair.
So
He
then
had a brand new
the
fucking
wife
car,
kills
you'd be
herself,
Pretty obsessed.
possesses the car, and makes the husband kill himself. Done. We solved the mystery, gang.
And that's
Scooby
why-
Dooby
The movie was almost progressive, but you had to ruin it.
Whatever. We'll progress you,
Not the 80s.
little
Not 83.
stormship trooper.
The ultimate trans.
Really? Can't we just have one podcast where you don't just purposefully try and annoy people?
Insult
I'm
a
talking
minority.
about the transmission.
Yeah,
You
well,
faggot.
we made that joke 6 months ago, and no
And
one
I'll do it
laughed.
again. Next car movie.
What, so rubber? Oh, sorry, that's a part
I
of
was
the car.
thinking...
How about just cars?
car.
Yes!
Yeah, I was thinking cars.
Oh my god, is there love in cars? Because I'll
Yes.
fucking pick cars.
Please do not pick cars.
Yeah, Lightning McQueen and then the Porsche.
Oh really? I've never seen
It's a
it.
love scene.
Do
in
they
there.
fuck?
All right. Next
No.
movie.
They do
is
go on a date.
Stormship Troopers.
Starship Troopers.
Hope you all enjoy this classic because the sequels were not good.
I was
sequels
6
were
years
shit.
old.
You were 6 years old.
I was little.
Wow, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
I was
You're a
Almost.
classic.
Thanks. As long as I'm not an antique.
No, you're an antique by now.
Soon.
Oh yeah, I'm
Soon.
old now. Whoops. I just
Beyond.
don't look it because I haven't been smoked around like a fucking smoked piece of meat like everyone in the 80s.
I was going to say beyond ripe.
Beyond ripe? Okay. I think we're done.
Goodbye.
Ain't no spring chicken.
NPC